Saturday, 18 September 2021 cannot be forgotten in the annals of history of Inyi Ekiti, as people from all walks of life came together to celebrate 1 year coronation anniversary of Oluyin of Inyi Ekiti Kingdom, Oba Adebola Adeniyi Ajakaye, amidst pomp and pageantry. One of the most important highlights of the coronation anniversary was the conferment of chieftaincy title on the President of the Senate and other 6 eminent personalities. President of Senate Hamad Lawa was accompanied to the Inyi Ekiti by a cross-section of senators who were earlier welcomed by Senator Michael Okwenbamidele and the officials of the Ekiti state government. The historical event took place at the palace of Oluyin of Inyi Ekiti as Oba Adebola Adeniyi Ajakaye conferred the chieftaincy title Are Akorewolu of Inyi Ekiti Kingdom, while some other eminent personalities also bagged various chieftaincy titles as part of activities celebrating 1 year coronation anniversary of Oyin paramount ruler. Setting the tone for the event, Oba Ajakaye listed some of his achievements in the last 1 year and called for more development.
I remember saying at the installation ceremony 1 year ago that in our hurry to bring the desired change to him, we will be identifying quick wins that will signal the dawn of a new day for our dear town. Today, I can boldly proclaim that it is a new dawn in him, and the sun is shining bright on our town. One of the quick wins we identified was to light up him, both figuratively and literally. With the unquantifiable support of our sons and daughters, we have leveraged solar technology to light up the town and banish darkness. This work is in progress, but a journey of 1,000 years starts with just one step. And I want to use this opportunity to implore all our sons and daughters to let us buy into this idea of lighting up here. I want to say, whoever that can take a street and light that street and can maintain that street, we will endeavor to name that street after such person, whether a female or a male. So this is a challenge to all the sons and daughters, that once you can light up a street and you can maintain that street, we will ensure that we name that street after you.
President of the Senate Hamad Ibrahim Lawa was conferred with the chieftaincy title Are Akorewolu, meaning the president that drives development into the community.
Is a man of many parts that had chieftaincy titles in so many communities. And they are doing well.
Speaking at the grand reception of the coronation anniversary at the Eyemote Comprehensive High School in Ekiti, Senate President Hamad Ibrahim Lawal said Kabiyesi has demonstrated unity by honoring an Ahmed from Yobe State.
I believe that what Kabiyesi did is to recognize someone from Yobe State, an Ahmed from Yobe, who is coming to Iyin for the first time, but has been with Iyin in his life, in his dreams, in his mind, since I met my friend, my brother, my colleague, distinguished Senator Michael Opeyemi Bamidele, your son. And I want to say that today's challenges are surmountable challenges. All we need is to come together as a people, face the challenges, no matter how difficult they may appear. Once we are united, we are resolved, we can deal with these challenges, solve most of them, if not all of them, and continue the march to making Nigeria a success, a great country, like our founding fathers envisioned. I belong to that optimistic school of thought that no part of Nigeria can solve a challenge that faces the entire nation. No matter how strong any individual can be, he needs others to make his job much, much easier and more successful when he tries to deal with it. We face not only political but even security challenges today in all parts of the country. What this requires is for all parts of Nigeria, particularly political leaders, to come together.
The President of the Senate also eulogized the quality of Senator Michael Opeyemi Bamidele, representing Ekiti Central Senatorial District in the right chamber, who is an indigene of Ekiti, describing him as one of the most dependable and compassionable leaders.
Let me say that the people of this senatorial district, you have a worthy son, and particularly in your son, Michael Opeyemi Bamidele. Sometimes I refer to him as a one-man mob of excellence, of integrity, of professionalism, of trust, and propriety. This is someone that I met when he was in the House of Reps, but we were never close until when we met in the Senate. Every senator today will tell you, when you mention Senator Michael Opeyemi Bamidele, he will tell you he's trustworthy. Anything you discuss with this your son, you can go to bed. You are guaranteed that whatever the agreement is, you may be the one to fail, not him. This is someone that is so experienced, so well tutored, that when it comes to his job, he does his job so well. He chairs our Committee on Judiciary, Human Rights, and I can tell you that he has done tremendously well.
Speaking earlier at the reception, Ekiti Central Senator Michael Opeyemi Bamidele said it will attract more dividends of democracy to Ekiti State.
Senator Dr. Ahmad Ibrahim Lawan, Omojeoye Ààrẹ Akórèwọ̀lú of Iyin Kingdom. Lágbára Ọlọ́run Akórèwọ̀lú o. Lọ́dún lọ́dún kan sígbà káyà Ààrẹ Ibrahim Lawan á padà Sùlù láti á commission project. Lágbára Ọlọ́run Elédùmarè. Ìdẹ̀kú oríire ti yunifásitì kẹ́ẹ̀bọ̀ lọ́nà. Àmọ̀ṣòro
Some of the senators that accompanied the Senate President to Iyin Ekiti to witness the historic event include Senate Leader Yaya Abdullahi, Senate Deputy Chief Whip Aliu Sabi Abdullahi, Chairman Senate Committee on Appropriation Senator Barau Jubri, Chairman Senate Rule and Business Senator Sadiq Umar Sulaiman, Senator Kola Balogun, Chairman Senate Committee on Public Petition and Privilege Senator Ayodele Akinyelure, Chairman Senate Committee on Health Senator Chukwuka Utaze, Chairman Senate Committee on SDG Senator Aisha Dairu Binani, Chairman Senate Services Senator Mohammed Sani Musa, Chairman Senate Committee on Media and Public Affairs Senator Surajuddin Bashiru Ajibola, Vice Chairman Senate Committee on Industry Senator Francis Fadaunse. Others are Senator Adelere Odiolowo, Chairman Senate Committee on Legislative Compliance, Senator Bill Barakuma Deji Erimeyo from Bayelsa State, and the Clerk of the National Assembly, Olatunde Ojo. The Nigerian Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahaya, was not left out of the coronation event. Others are Honorable Shola Fatoba, Deputy Governor of Ekiti State, BC Egbeyemi, and Ekiti First Lady Erelu Fayemi, and other top government functionaries. Also, traditional rulers within and outside Ekiti were also on ground to add color to the event, which include Esu of Nupe, Alhaji Yahaya Abubakar. Nigerian music maestro King Sunny Ade was on ground to add color to the event.
Recommendation 13. Those in favor of recommendation 13 say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
Nigerian Senate, as per the 2022-2024 medium-term expenditure framework and fiscal strategy paper, approving a benchmark of $57 per barrel for the price of crude oil. The fiscal document, which the 2022 appropriation bill will be predicated upon. This, among other resolutions, was reached on the Wednesday after debate on the report of the Joint Committee on Finance and National Planning on 2022-2024 Medium-Term Expenditure Framework and Fiscal Strategy paper by Senator Adeola Solomon Olamilekan. The lawmaker also adopted an expected gross domestic product growth rate of 4.20% and inflation rate was pegged at 13%.
Number one, on the issue of the exchange rate, the 410 rate that was proposed by the central bank, that is what the government of the day will use to execute the budget that is to be brought before, that they will be bringing before the National Assembly. And that is termed to be the official rate the government will be used to exchange whatever transaction is going into as far as the budget is concerned. And the recent move by the Central Bank of Nigeria to block the BDC transaction and return all the monies to the banks is one area in which the Central Bank is trying to ensure that the rate between the parallel market and the government rates have some correlation, because the way it is now, we cannot see, because what the dollars is currently going for and what the government is proposing to be used as its own benchmark for this budget, the variation is so wide. And I believe they are doing everything within their means to bring this particular figure to a reasonable rate that Nigerians can see that, yes, this is the rate for the official and that of the parallel market.
Shortly after the report was adopted, lawmakers stressed the need to address the issues of borrowing.
Do we continue to borrow, or do we look elsewhere for us to get this money? Mr. President, there are areas that we will get. We had the issue of stamp duties, which were addressed in these chambers sometime last year. Now it has been moved, called now electronic transfer. Mr. President, we put in 2020 about 500 billion. In this budget, what has come is 29.9 billion. We need an explanation to that, Mr. President. How can you move from 500 billion of stamp duty? We used to call it stamp duties. Federal Inland Revenue themselves in 2020 say that they had a business transaction of 52 trillion. If we now multiply that by the stamp duties they collect, Mr. President, there is no way they will present only 29.9 billion. So if we are serious about addressing the issue of borrowing and reducing the deficit, these are areas I think that the Committee on Finance should be mandated to invite this MD of FRA.
Because there are a lot of leakages in government, leakages that nobody can explain. And therefore, tying that to the recommendation 16, that we must strengthen the Fiscal Responsibility Act, the Commission, the Accountant General's Office, the Auditor General's Office, then we have every reason to say we have money in this country. Borrowing is not bad, in my humble view. Borrowing cannot be seen to be bad, no. So long as you are borrowing for a purpose, and you also have a plan to pay back that particular loan, then we will not support. You borrow for a purpose. There's no doubt about the fact that Nigeria is in trouble. We're in trouble because of the leakages that we have in the country. Everywhere, there are leakages from this paper. It's not from me, it's from the paper, by the committee, the joint committee. So, Mr. President, my respected colleagues, as far as I'm concerned, we cannot consider to be, we cannot say we are a poor country. Never. What is important is for you to look inwards.
If the economy is growing, you need to reduce the deficit. But during times of economic crisis, you can't tighten your belt. Because once you tighten your belt, you run the tendency of stagnation and very, very high inflation. And this, in the times when we have terrible security challenges in this country, going that road is going fast of economic immolation and economic oblivion. We should accept the realities of our time by trying to find out some other means of reducing the amount of debt that you take through some new strategies like PPPs, public-private partnership.
In a remark, the President of the Senate, Ahmad Lawal, advised the committee to meet with the government agencies on quarterly basis to check their performances.
When you don't make hay while the sun shines, this is the kind of thing you face. When we had plenty of money, we didn't prioritize the construction of infrastructure in Nigeria. We wasted our resources when we had much. Today, we realize we need to construct infrastructure because that's the only way to develop the country. Unfortunately, we don't have the kind of resources we had before. Now our options are very limited because our revenues are limited. I agree with all my colleagues who said we need to reduce borrowing. The Committee on Finance particularly has been doing a good job of ensuring that MDS, particularly GOEs, contribute more to the national coffers than they normally do. And that is why we have more resources today, more revenues, or more funds in the independent revenue contribution. I think there is nothing wrong in continuing with VAT as part of our revenues, because there is no finality in any judgment yet, and therefore we shouldn't confuse our system until there is such a very clear-cut, definite judgment by the Supreme Court. We should go ahead with VAT as part of the resources available to us.
The Senate thereafter approved the recommendation of the Committee on Finance and National Planning on the 2022-2024 Medium-Term Expenditure Framework and Fiscal Strategy Paper.
Those in favor of this recommendation say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Page 1058, page 1059.
The Senate has received a formal request from President Muhammadu Buhari to confirm the nomination of members of the board of the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority. The President, in another letter to the upper chamber, also sought the confirmation of the board of the Upstream Regulatory Commission. He explained in the letter dated September 16, 2021, read during the plenary by the President of the Senate, Ahmad Lawal, that the request to confirm the chairman, chief executive, and executive directors for the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority was in accordance with the provision of Section 34 of the Petroleum Industry Act 2021. The nominee for the confirmation into the Nigerian Petroleum Regulatory Board are Idare Ogogo Organ, Chairman, Engineer Seki Awalu, Chief Executive, Abiodun A. Adeniji, Executive Director, Finance and Account, and Ogbogu Okwa, Executive Director, Distribution System, Storage and Retail Infrastructure.
Letter from Mr. President. Dear Distinguished Senate President, appointment of the Chairman, Chief Executive, and Executive Directors for the Board. In accordance with the provision of Section 34, subsection 3 of the Petroleum Industry Act 2021, I hereby forward for confirmation by the Senate the underlisted nominees as members of the board of the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority. Adare Gogo Ogang, Chairman. Engineer Sarki Awalu, Chief Executive. Abiodun A. Adeniji, Executive Director of Finance and Accounts. Ogbugo Ukoha, Executive Director, Distribution Systems, Storage and Retail Infrastructure. In order to fast-track the process for the establishment of the Commission, the Distinguished Senate is kindly requested to consider and confirm the principal nominees in the usual expeditious manner. Please accept, Distinguished Senate President, the assurances of my highest consideration. Yours sincerely, Muhammadu Buhari.
In a separate letter dated September 16, 2021, President Buhari, while relying on provision of Section 11 of the Petroleum Industry Act 2021, requested Senate to confirm the appointment of one nominee as Chairman, Chief Executive Commissioner to the Board of the Upstream Regulatory Commission. The nominee for confirmation are Isa Ibrahim Modibo, Chairman, Engineer Gbenga Komolafe, Chief Executive, Azan Gambo, Executive Commissioner, Finance and Accounts, and Ms. Rose Ndong, Executive Commissioner, Exploration and Outreach Management. According to the President, both requests for the confirmation of the board's member were made in order to fast-track the process for the establishment of the Commission.
Letter from Mr. President. Dear Distinguished Senate President, appointment of the Chairman, Chief Executive and Executive Commissioners for the Board. In accordance with the provision of Section 11, subsection 3 of the Petroleum Industry Act 2021, I hereby forward for confirmation by the Senate the underlisted nominees as board members for the Upstream Regulatory Commission. Isa Ibrahim Modibo, Chairman. Engineer Benga Komolafe, Chief Executive. Hassan Gambo, Executive Commissioner, Finance and Accounts. Ms. Rose C. Ndong, Executive Commissioner, Exploration and Acreage Management. In order to fast-track the process for the establishment of the commission, the distinguished Senate is kindly requested to consider and confirm the principal nominees in the usual expeditious manner.
The Bistan Group is 15 years this year.
Bistan Home is set to organize National House Fair where 10 lucky winners will win 10 plots of land worth 100 million naira as part of activities marking the 15th year anniversary of the organization. Phase of National House Fair pageantry is to celebrate a girl child. The fair is also set to empower 500 women and skill acquisition for youths. 10 plots of land worth 100 million naira will be given to lucky winners. Bistan Homes will also give 20% discount during the National Fair, which will take place at International Conference Center, Abuja, between 7th to 9th October. Bistan Home is your best plug for real estate in Nigeria.
The Bistan Group is 15 years this year. And of course, the 5th edition of the National House Fair is also this year. So we have double celebration. And this year, it promises to be large, big, because this year we're coming up with several programs, several attractions to celebrate our anniversary, the double anniversary. First is the Face of National House Fair pageantry, which is the first maiden edition. And we have several, over hundreds of our young ladies in this that are spoken for the pageant already. The reason for this is because I'm a girl child and I'm proud to be one. And this year I want to celebrate our girl child, telling you that you are strong. You can achieve anything you want to be. Be like the Okojiwela, be like the Lakija, be like the Dr. Becky. You can be anyone in life, There's no stopping you to achieve your goal if you are determined and focused enough to achieve your goal. Yeah, so we're celebrating, letting them know that we're celebrating your creativities. It's not a pageant where people have to go naked and all of that. This is celebrating your intellectual ability, your creativity, and supporting you with your education. Also this year, we're celebrating our anniversary with our Precaso Care Foundation, owned by Dr. Becky, myself. We're celebrating 500 women this year, empowering 500 women and youth with skill acquisition program, which is already going on. And we're empowering them that day at the National House Fair with tools to start their businesses, of course, that we're setting up for them. And the best of it all is that we'll have our National House Fair Carnival. Yeah. Our carnival is going to be in the streets of Abuja on the 5th, 6th, and 7th. 3 days carnival, shutting down. You've never seen a carnival like that before in Abuja.